Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel.
It's been a while, but we are back with some footage.
On a side note too, our channel reached a milestone. We now have the super thanks button.
Thanks to you guys for checking out the videos, subscribing. The bird approves.
That's the freedom bird.
Yeah,
so for our subscribers and our viewers that made that possible for us to get to that point, we appreciate it. So if you aren't subscribed, take a minute, hit that button down below. That would help the channel. And if you feel like you want to support the channel, hit that super thanks button and give it a try.
And you also get to have a little pin special comment there that changes the color so everybody will know that you're a supporter.
Yeah, if you're
so
about that.
Let's jump into this video. So we have a few videos out on the electric e-bike, and then we had a company reach out to us, Ride1Up, who was looking for us to do a nice review on one of their e-bikes. This one's right in the price range of the electric, so it's going to be really good for you guys to see in case you're in the market for an e-bike currently and are around that price point, so you can kind of pinpoint exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, it's a good entry-level price range, I think, for a bike to get some of the good features.
Yeah, exactly.
This one you'll see as we put it together and stuff, it does require a little more assembly than like the electric, but I mean, this is in a class all its own, and you'll see that. Exactly.
So I don't know if I said it, but this is the Core 5 model that they have. So I mean, you see the box here. It's a little bit damaged here. It's not their fault. You know how shipping is. It's always crazy. But from what we see of the box anyway, it is packaged very well. They definitely reinforced the edges, so I'm not really worried about anything missing or being broken. So
yeah, it looks packaged really good. So let's get this torn out of the box and get it put together.
All right, everybody. So we took the liberty to take it out of the box and take off all the packaging. That took us a few minutes. Everything's pretty well packaged, so a bunch of zip ties, everything was foam, so you didn't have to worry about anything getting too damaged or messed up. So what you see here is everything right out of the box. The tires don't come inflated, just so you'll need an air pump.
And these aren't like the ones you see a lot of times with the fat tire. These are more for riding on a smooth surface.
Yeah, but again, it depends what kind of e-bike you're looking for. If you're looking one for more off-roady, they'll usually have the thicker tires. If you're more of like a street bike where you're just driving back and forth to the store or the gym or something small, you don't need thick tires. They're completely two different applications. We have the main part of it right here. We don't have the pedals on there yet. You'll see them there. Where were they? Right over here. We have the pedals, instructions. So all this is one piece along with the cord that's plugged into your handlebar. So little screen.
The neck for it. Yeah, you got your front forks with your brakes right there. Comes with a bag that has the reflectors. That's the sprocket part over there.
Sprocket. We have the battery charger. As I said, the pedals. They have one bolt here in this bag, which was attached to the piece that we think it's going to go to anyway, but when you go through the instructions, we'll pinpoint it. More for the charger.
Included some Allen keys, which is probably what you're going to need to put this whole thing together.
Which is pretty cool.
And a little hat. I'll give you a hat too.
Yeah, ooh, it's got the reflectors. Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty
awesome.
Nifty,
so that's everything laid out that we have right now. Let me put the tire back so you get the full picture again. So we're just going to jump into this, look at the instructions, assemble it. Some of it might be sped up, but if we see any parts that might kind of trick somebody up or be a part that's a little bit more complicated, we'll slow that down and show you guys.
You guys can see on the directions here, they got good colored pictures, step by step on how to do it. So it should be an easy install. So let's get started.
All right, everybody. So we were attaching the,
Front forks.
The front forks in there. The instructions are a little bit tricky because the pictures are a little bit small, so it's not going to be fully something that you can like zoom in and know exactly what it's saying. I guess it's explained well in the directions when you actually read the text, but actually in practice.
It's just tricky when you're coming to all these little pieces because there's a rubber thing here, almost as separate. Then there's that split ring thing they're talking about, that goes in there. But then you put that rubber piece on the angled piece.
Yep.
And then you got your two spacers.
So those will go on. So we just wanted to slow down for a second to show you guys that, just in case it confuses somebody, because these parts were on the actual fork before we inserted it into the bike. So just in case you're like, is it supposed to be on the bottom, the top? Just follow along with the directions and you'll make it through it.
Then you'll have this space which is going to allow your handlebars to go down on there like that.
Yep.
Then of course you'll have your bolt that's going to cover that up.
This is just display. We know the handlebars are backwards right now. We're just trying to show you guys.
It's
it goes on
over like that.
It'll make sense. If you are confused, what will help, if you look at the picture of the bike on the front of the instructions, it also can help you a little bit too to kind of visualize it. Hey, here you go.
Oh, that's not right.
There you go.
Like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to go out from the bike.
Yeah,
and then
center. But that's how that's gonna go. Then we'll put that in the middle. But for the most part, I mean, the colored pictures are nice, but when you get the all black pieces, it kind of blends in.
Yeah.
You're trying to decipher which spacer goes where, but this is how it goes.
But as you start doing it, you can start to see it come together.
So it looks like a lot of pieces, but really it's not. It's not that bad. So we're gonna finish tightening these down, then we'll go on to the next part.
All right, everybody, so we have the front tire on. There's a few things we want to note for this model right here, discrepancies with the instructions, just so you know. So if you want to point out at least the, what was the...
Yeah, this part right here, which shows how to attach the front wheel. Our generation has just the acorn nuts on the front. It doesn't have the spring-loaded thing like the seat. The seat has one of them, the spring-loaded type I showed you in the picture. And then next, yours may or may not have the seat already in here. Ours did, but some don't according to this book. But you just tighten this to where you need it to be. And we're good on that part.
Yeah, so we left these loose right now until we had everything ready so we could make sure we have these positioned for the main rider, what's more comfortable. So just as a side note, if you go, why is this all twisted? That's why. So let's hop on to the next step.
Turn the page.
Screw each pedal in the crank. Okay, we got some pedals. Easy. Screw each pedal into the crank by hand. The pedals are marked with left and right. The left pedal tightens to the left.
And while he's getting those pedals out, we're going to put some air in these tires right now, just to get so it'll sit better on the kickstand, because right now it wants to fall towards him. So you want to hook that up there, buddy?
We got some air in the tires now. I mean, it doesn't say to do that immediately, but we were just trying to multitask. We're to the pedal assembly. We got the left one in here, but our instructions at that point basically ends for the pedals. So if you look at the other pedal that he's got there, it shows nothing like this in there. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory if you have done any work on a bike, kind of how it works and assembles on.
Yeah, it's a square hole. It's going to go on there, but you want to make sure it's opposite of that one. So on the that side, it's going to be like that.
Yeah, because we have to put the chain on too, so that is something to note.
Yeah, and since it has the derailleur back there, it has space, so you can just put it on this first.
Mm-hmm.
And then this bolt here is going to be the one that goes in here and tightens that down.
So it is pretty basic if you know a little bit about bikes, but just so you know, in the instructions it doesn't say anything about that. So that's...
But if you got any questions about it, just hit us up in the comment section. We'll answer that for you.
Yeah, easy
Help
peasy.
you out. All right, let's get the rest of these tightened in. I needed a wrench for that, so let's get going on that.
Well, everybody, we have everything fully assembled as you see it. We're going to give you guys some more close-ups of the bike here in the next few scenes, but we just wanted to give you some of our initial put-together impressions.
Yeah.
So on a scale, I'd say right now of like 5 being the hardest bike we've ever put together, this is probably a 3. There are some bikes that are a little bit more like right out of the box, unfold, you're good, but everything here was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
The instructions were pretty clear. They could make the pictures a little bit bigger, the instructions possibly, because they are pretty small, but if you have any experience of putting a bike together, or any kind of mechanical experience, it's pretty straightforward. It's a bike, so.
And it's nice that they include the Allen keys, because this is what a lot of people are missing. You're going to need 2 other tools. You're going to need like a 5/8 wrench and a 15mm wrench. One for the acorn nuts on your wheel, and one to put the pedals on. And the Allen keys do the rest.
Did you say the screwdriver too? Because
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
if you're putting on your reflectors and stuff,
Sorry about that.
yeah, but that's
yeah, a
fine.
Phillips screwdriver to put your reflectors on the front and rear. And that'll be all you need, so minimal tools too.
Yeah, so it wasn't bad. As I said, 3, and that was pretty much just because you did have a few parts you had to assemble. Nothing crazy. Probably took us a total of like 15 minutes. It might have been 20.
More like 20 if you didn't have to record, but we were recording stuff, so about 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it wasn't bad, but overall, good looking bike. What I really like about this one, compared to some of the other bikes that we've either reviewed or used, was this looks just like a lot like a regular bike. Like, sure, I can tell it's an electric bike because it's got a thicker frame where the battery is.
Then again,
but
some of the
some
mountain
of
bikes
them
have
are.
thick frames.
Yeah, but
it looks like a mountain bike.
Which I like, depending on what you use this for. If you're riding this around town, or you're are going to a store and you're actually chaining this up, probably a little bit safer.
Yeah,
It's not going to be like
so much.
yeah. So that's what I'm liking about it. So as I said, we'll give you guys some close-ups. We'll get a little B-roll footage, drive this a little bit, and then give you guys some of our initial impressions on it.
Yeah, and how smooth the torque and stuff like that. We're going to compare it to like some of the other ones we've driven and let you know how it feels to ride them.
Oh, that was one thing I wanted to include in the instruction manual. For a lot of these like bolts and everything you had to tighten, it does give you torque specs, but you don't have anything to actually, they didn't give you the equipment to actually know what the torque is. So if you have those, a device to do it, do the specs. If not, I know he was saying his thing, he gives it ugga-duggas.
Yeah, just
tighten it where it's good tight. With bikes, it's important to make sure that a lot of these are tight, because if not, I mean, your tire can fall off, your handlebars will move, and it's just injury for the bike and yourself.
I'd always check them after after you get done with your first ride or something. Check the tightness anyway. Just like the bolt for the sprocket had Loctite on it, so it keeps it locked in there.
First ride too, always use a helmet.
Well, you should use a helmet
Always,
anyway.
but no matter what for your test ride, always have a helmet. All right,
so they might not look the greatest, but they're good. They're good for you.
Better safe than sorry.
All right, let's get this on the road, see how it feels.
All right, guys, so we've been doing some testing. I mean, we're liking it definitely so far compared to some of the other electric bikes we rode. It's definitely a lot lighter, so it gets to speed pretty quick. I mean, other than that, it's riding really smooth. Since it is lighter too, the braking's a lot better, we noticed, which is good. It's nice to be able to stop when you're supposed to stop. But everything is working just like it needs to. We had to do a small little adjustment on this just to make sure it was straightened out before we got going, but everything is working pretty good. We might have to do a little bit of adjustment here. We're in 7th gear. If you want to bring it over here, if you look here, each one of these is a gear. It won't fully go into 7th right now. Might just be a small little adjustment we have to do. I'm just going to try to ride it again and shuffle through all the gears and see if it actually kicks itself in. But that's nothing catastrophic. I mean, rails. So I'll take it for another spin. Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you and give you a few stats, but this is the battery when it comes out. You do have a button right on top here. If you press it, it'll tell you what the charge is. Blue means fully charged, green means below fully charged, and then red means it's dead or needs to be charged. So pretty straightforward. And then the plug, I mean, I don't have much nails here, but this just flops right open and has the actual plug. Yeah, use it up. Has right there.
Charge port there.
Plugs right in. Easy peasy. And then going in here is pretty cake too. Just sets right in on the bottom. Goes like that. Let's see here. Just locks in there and boom. Battery's in. See how simple that is? And then you're all set. So if I wanted to release the battery, just give it a twist. As you saw it popped out, and we're good. Oh, didn't get it in there enough. There we go. And we're all set. So pretty simple. We also wanted to share with you guys just a few stats generally on the bike in case some of you guys are detail oriented. We'll pop them up here on the screen. But this right here is the Ride1Up Core 5 XR. So they also have the Core 5 ST. So the ST would be the step through. So this bar that you see right here wouldn't necessarily be here. So if you didn't have a big range of motion, maybe not to say that a female would need it necessarily, but it'd be easier for you to step through. You wouldn't have this bar in the way rather than stepping over.
Or even some of the older people that are.
No, that's
there's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
of them.
If you don't have as much mobility, it's a lot easier to put the foot through there if this bar's not in the way.
We don't have any of those right here right now, but it would be nice.
These also do have 3 different colors. I'll let you guys look at all of them because I'm not remembering all the colors. I know there's
a blue, the cool blue colored one.
Which would be interested. Maybe if you guys are interested in seeing another one, maybe we can get our hands on another one that is step through in case a lot of you guys want to see that. Because they're a good comparison for people to get an idea if you have 2 of the same brands with different
the
models.
step through, because I know a lot of people that are asking some of our videos the difference between the, you know, how easy it was.
Yeah, and we're down here in Florida, so you have a lot more people on their bikes year round. A lot of older individuals too that don't have the range of motion to get over, so that's always good. Let's see, how about motor? 750 watt.
Yeah, it's got a 750 watt.
Sustained gear motor.
Yeah,
that's what it
sustained
was.
gear motor.
That's pretty good. Range 20 to 40 miles. Again, that will vary depending on
Your
driving conditions. If you're trying to go full throttle or not. Continuing on to one thing we were saying about this, it's very lightweight, so it's good for braking. The total weight of this weighs in just around 49 pounds. So this really isn't that bad, which is pretty nice.
It's nice, and it holds 275 pounds for a rider. So.
Yeah, so I think I remember seeing on their site they had some kind of attachment here so you could put storage on the back or carry like a second person if they're not heavy, I would imagine. What else do we got here? We wanted to talk about...
It does have the connections for the water bottle mount right here if you get that. There are other mounting points for stuff. Like we said, there's a bunch of accessories.
Yeah, you head to their website, you'll see a bunch. I know they have the covers for the wheels.
Yeah.
All right. Then how about the... How do you say it?
Yeah, it's Shimano. The Shimano gear sets and stuff. You can see up here, Shimano, like a lot of the e-bikes these days have the 7-speed Shimanos.
Yep.
And it has the Altus, Shimano Altus gear set back here with the derailleur and everything. So it has the Kenda tires. As we were mentioning, these it's mountain bike size, but they're more of the street tread on these, which makes for a quieter ride.
And we also have the disc brakes too.
Oh yeah, the disc brakes are awesome on this, especially being this lightweight. These work good. These are the mechanical; they're not hydraulic, but you really wouldn't need hydraulic on. I mean, it stops.
Not really. That's
great.
what I said. I'm very impressed with the stopping, but the bike's not crazy heavy, so
It's got the 160 millimeter disc there, so good stopping surface too.
Oh, and then with that battery, 48 volt, 10.4 amp hour battery. So pretty good size. I'm pretty sure on their website I did come across they do have a bigger battery. It doesn't come standard with it. Certain models will allow you to put the bigger battery in there. The battery's got a little bit of weight to it, but I mean, if you wanted to go for a longer route or something, you could, if you had an extra battery, you could put it in your bag. So that's something to consider.
These pedals here, they're pretty nice pedals. A lot of them you don't stick to very well. This has a big enough ridge where you do stick to them, so that is nice. And also this wider base on this kickstand.
I love that kickstand.
Yeah, it's a wider base for this bigger weight of bike and stuff, but it's pretty nice compared to some of them. They don't stick in the dirt
some of them, like if you had to park them on rocks or something, they're like so narrow that it just sets on there, pokes between the rocks, your bike tips over. That's got a good footprint on it, so you're not going to have that problem. So that's a pretty good rundown there. We just wanted to give you guys a little extra, some stats, because we know some of you guys are very interested in those. If you're looking between this model or a different brand, give you guys a general idea. Let me see, I'll turn this on for a second. You do have a backlit display. If you need it, you would hold one of these buttons down, tells you your miles per hour. You can set trips, different passes. So you'll see a lot of these e-bikes do have the general layout like that. So nothing too crazy, but overall, this is like a perfect bike for somebody who just needs to, ride back and forth to the store, maybe to the gym, back and forth to work, small commutes where you could kind of less rely on a vehicle. I mean, pretty comfortable.
And it's also in that comfortable price range. Like we said, there's some way up there in price, the carbon fiber frames, all that stuff, but as far as that entry level, I think this is entry level.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few e-bikes or alternatives that will get you between the $500 to $700 range, but again, it's going to be personal to you of what you're going to be using it for. This price point, as you were saying, is very good. You're usually getting what you pay for, which is fantastic.
Right. I think if you go to one of the $500 or $700 ones, there's going to be a bunch of things you wish you got. It's going to put you up to the price of this one anyway.
Yeah, so you may as well just take the initial step. One thing that I thought was really cool about this one that I haven't seen on a lot of e-bikes is the actual throttle for it. Some of them are twist handles. This one actually has a little the thumb throttle, which is really cool. I mean,
it's
it almost
also on the
reminded me,
left too, though.
Yeah, it was a little weird because we're used to like four-wheelers where you have it on the right side. I'm sure possibly we could.
It looks like it is.
Maybe
You'd have to take it out of this
rewire
wiring and put it into this one.
That's up to you, but like
you could switch sides. It is movable.
But don't get me wrong, it still feels comfortable. I mean, you still adjust it. That allows you free range of motion for your brake. It's, you know, you're keeping more of your hand there. So I like it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a personal preference where you want them all.
All right, cool. Well, back to the video.
Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Well, everybody, that pretty much sums up this video. We already have some plans for some other videos. I know if we possibly can, we definitely want to put some accessories on this, change that seat for sure.
Yeah, it's a little hard on the butt. Plus, they got the suspension post. We'd like to do something like that. You'll see. We'll see what we can get for it.
I know we want to do some tests on like battery charge time, how far we can get per charge in like real life scenario. Because I know on websites they do give you a range, but just to give you guys a closer idea, and then possibly like a nice comparison video. Again, a lot of these bikes are specific to what they're for. Like this is definitely more street bike, not really like a mountain bike, off-roady bike.
It is the size of a mountain bike, but like your tires here, you see our street tires, not like knobby for off-road or anything, but it's a pretty nice bike. I like it.
Yeah, so if you can, guys, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, since we also have that super thanks if you're feeling really gracious and enjoy the content, please. We appreciate the support of the channel.
Yeah, that's a direct support for the channel. We appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, it's right down below. We'll give you a quick second.
A lot of you viewers aren't subscribed. Please just hit that button. We appreciate that.
It lets us know we're doing a good job and you guys actually want to come back and watch some of this. If you have any questions on anything that we did here in the video, or just general questions, feel free to shoot us a question. We answer all the questions. If there's something that you ask that we don't know the answer to, we'll research it, or we're more than happy to actually reach out to Ride1Up and see if it's a question that they can answer for us to better help you. One thing I did want to mention with this is right now they have a $100 off if you purchase one of their bikes, and we also have a promo code that we'll throw in the description. If I actually have what the promo code is, I'll throw it somewhere on the screen for you guys too. That will give you $40 off a Ride1Up bike if you'd like as well.
That's on top of their promotion, so you could save quite a bit.
You can save a lot of money, guys, so definitely check that out.
And like we mentioned, we're going to do them other videos comparing this with other ones and speed test, and it's going to be fun, so you got to stay tuned for those videos. And
if you guys haven't, check out their website. They have a really cool video that they made. We checked it out. We won't spoil it for you guys, but if any of you guys actually take the time to look at their website and see the video, let us know.
Yeah, plus there's a song on there that you'll know the song, but it's been changed up a little bit. It's a nice twist on it, so
it's really
go
cool.
Listen to that.
So I think that sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the B-roll footage. We tried to get some cool shots and stuff of the bike so you can really see it in all its glory.
Like I said, if there's a part we didn't show, they will be shown in the other subsequent videos.
Yeah, we don't want to give you guys like a 50-minute video all the time, because a lot of you guys aren't going to sit through a lot of you guys aren't going to sit through a 50-minute video. So if we can break these up into a few, it's more digestible for you, and it also gives you something to look forward to. Yeah,
we'll show you the close-up of the screen and a little more of the brakes and stuff like that, but like you said, we don't want the super long video. You'll lose interest in 50 minutes in. Got to stop for lunch.
All right, well, I think that sums it up.
So thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, try something new.
Do a little bit of everything.